As you may know, the processing of raw materials is becoming a priority in many countries on the continent. Industrialization with the aim of marketing the products intended for local consumption is gaining ground. It's even becoming a priority objective for the authorities and stakeholders in many sectors. The coffee and cocoa sector is no exception. This is what our correspondent in Yaoundé, Aboubakar Siddiq Munchili, discovered during the Coffee and Cocoa Festival held in the capital of Cameroon. Take a look.
Exhibition stands display a variety of products from local cocoa and coffee processing. Thousands of visitors come every day, some discovering the prowess of local manufacturers in the coffee and cocoa sector for the first time. We're here on the esplanade of the town hall in Yaoundé, the capital of Cameroon, for the Cocoa and Coffee Festival.
Très impressionné.
I'm quite impressed because Cameroonians have a technology completely under the radar. There are original products here that could even be exported to Europe. We discovered earlier that you can make wine as well as massage oil both using cocoa. That's something I didn't know about, for example. If I didn't come here, I wouldn't know about it. I'm now headed towards pharmaceutical products, and we certainly already have products here that can help with these problems.
Suspended due to COVID-19, the biggest annual attraction and promotional event for Cameroonian coffee and cocoa is back, with one special feature. This is the first edition to combine the former Cameroon Cocoa and Coffee festivals.
We're trying to inform and educate Cameroonians that it's important to consume local products for their added value so that the local producers can make more money. Sometimes these products are better in terms of quality.
For this new edition, the emphasis is on the promotion of Cameroonian cocoa and coffee mainly, and also more broadly, African coffee. This involves training all the players in these sectors to maximize the production of these cash crops.
Our major challenge is promoting coffee for local consumption because we tend to export all our production.
Some participants and exhibitors come from other producing countries such as Côte d'Ivoire, another country actively committed like Cameroon to industrialization and promoting local consumption as important economic levers. This is despite a particular global context marked by falling production due to climate change, aging fields and workforce, growing demand for raw materials by the local industry, and rising prices on the world market.
The issue of made in Africa or the processing of our products is a crucial one that our governments and development agencies have been tackling for several years. Côte d'Ivoire is the world's leading producer of cocoa and Africa's third largest producer of coffee. So beyond the productivity aspect, we have realized that we need to master the question of added value, capture the maximum revenue for our national players.
However, how can the local processing and consumption industry succeed if the dual equation of sufficient and high-quality production with guaranteed profitability for all players still needs to be resolved? This key issue, which is of enormous importance, concerns every link in the Cameroonian industry.
Transformation encourages savings on equipment and materials, which at first may be imported, but in Cameroon we should be able to manufacture them.
Cameroon aims to increase national cocoa production to 640,000 tons by 2030 and coffee production to around 160,000 tons. There were 262,112 tons of cocoa and just over 38,000 tons of coffee in the 2022-2023 season. To achieve this, a producer window of the Cocoa and Coffee Sector Development Fund has been launched in 2021. It plans to inject 50 billion CFA francs into these sectors over 5 years. And that's not all. Several projects are currently being implemented in the field, such as the New Generation project led by a private partner and aimed at solving the thorny problem of aging land and farmers' stock.
We benefited from the support of the Interprofessional Cocoa and Coffee Council, backed by the government. to rejuvenate the current stock of producers. We managed to convince our young people who are in town to come back to the village to benefit each year from 1 hectare of cocoa, and at the end of 3 years, you have 3 hectares of cocoa in production. And with 3 hectares now in production, you know the price. They have all the equipment they need for production. The only condition is that the young people must have 3 hectares of land.
While Cameroon's cocoa farmers have been the big winners of this year's price boom, the time has come to prepare for a less bright future. Capitalizing, preparing for the future, and buying a new plot or equipment are all priorities today to prepare for tomorrow. The choices made by several African countries to give a real boost to the coffee and cocoa sectors are part of this space so that all the players in the industry benefit from them in the long term.